Today I'll show you a few simple tips for adding details to your Lionel and Marx tenders. Tip 1 is adding a handrail to one of these slope back tenders. You'll need some stiff wire like this paper clip or brass wire. A hobby drill comes in real handy for this project. Use a drill bit that matches the diameter of the wire you're using and then drill 2 holes, one here and here. My preference is to borrow this brass wire from my wife's jewelry making supplies. Bend the ends down where they match the distance between the 2 holes you drilled. Then a couple of dabs of glue will glue it in place. Tip 2 is for dressing up the spotlights. I used a metal spacer from between 2 halves of a ballpoint pen. The hardware store has metal spacers you can use as well. Do you have a slope back that's missing the spotlight and it's got a gaping hole in its place? If you don't have a replacement spotlight, here's what you can do. You got a bottle of this stuff around? Well, borrow that cap off of it. And then with a sharp blade, remove this flat round part of it. That's the piece that you want right there. And then spray paint it flat black and then glue it over that gaping hole, and it looks like a convincing hatch cover. Here's another view of how it should look when you're done. Do you have one of these old metal Marx tenders? I wanted mine to have a realistic looking load of coal in it. So I spread some white glue where the coal is supposed to go. And then I poured some imitation coal on top of the glue. And then I let that dry overnight. And then the next day I just brushed off all the excess coal that didn't stick to the glue. I made sure I covered that little area behind that opening in the front. I have one of these Marx tenders, but I'm not crazy about how those trucks look. Since it's only a 4-wheeled tender anyway, I'd like it to look like it's a 4-wheeled tender. So basically, I want to imitate the look that this tender has. It's a 4-wheeled tender. So in order to achieve this look on the other tender, I got the wire clips out and clipped off those funny round parts on either side of the trucks, and then filed them down to make it look like you see here. So there you go. Sometimes it doesn't take very much to dress these things up. I hope you found this helpful, and thanks for tuning in. Keep those Marx trains running.